Yes. Thank you very much for waiting and thanks for joining this Chris show once more. Blessings. Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Let me welcome you to this another episode of the Chris show. And of course, it's a Saturday night, people. Big things, whole heap of news. Exciting schoolboy football kickoff, I can tell you. Some big scores. And of course, these teams never let up. Some preseason, or should I say the preseason favorites, really started out well. Unfortunately, I did not include the last game. Yes, but we'll get into it, people. So many things to discuss. Yes, and of course, we have to pace ourselves tonight. Sir Lee, blessings, man. I thought you were somewhere down in South Clarendon. I couldn't hear you, sir. I thought you were in South Clarendon for that big game earlier today. You are muted. Yes, Sir Lee, you are muted.
Yes, Mr. Sadicrest.
I know you would come on tonight, You just I couldn't believe you're so late after that big,
Yeah.
massive score, that gift that you got today. I thought you'd be very early for the show. What's it?
Sorry, I practice match that, man. We just
Competition, you
a
call him
practice
practice
match.
match, bro?
Yeah, practice match.
Where the match played?
At our ground.
My God. So you can imagine.
Practice match, man.
Oh, oh.
So
Well,
sorry, I always think, man, me just come on late and think, which game you win today?
Glenmuir game.
Yeah, man, big up all that man in that chat and thing, man.
Yeah,
My
man,
bad,
blessings. I want to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
blessings to
Respect.
all everyone. Let me big up. Yes, sir, Paul. You're so enjoying us. Shane, yeah, man, your Dingtil team seems to be very hot this year. I can tell you, people, Dingtil is a very big team this year. Uh, If you see Dingtil team, you're going to see them not lose a player. They lost a few, but I can tell you, the replacements are up there. So, what do you put it? Hey,
Yeah, man,
Christopher, right? What do you mean 10 out of 10? What kind of thing you did, I pay me a talk about, bro.
a big team, didn't tell sorry.
Yes, man.
Mm.
Shane, hope their discipline get better, boy. We have to go wait. I want them Shuku will join the show. Them tend to not giving away anything, Big up yourself, top 10. Shuku not coming on the show because him say, nah, let out none I see put in Mr. Lee.
Yeah. Sure,
I mean, I can take a sip of tea at the same time.
sure,
I
coward,
should have
man.
said cocoa. Yes, Christopher. Shuku, I said Shuku a coward.
Yeah, man, sure, a big coward.
Yeah, man, Shane, Dingtail, we expect great things from Dingtail. Given that they are able to hold what would I say now? They're calm because you know what we're talking about. Hope the discipline get better. So there's a whole lot of pressure on the Dingtail. There's a whole lot of pressure on the Garvey, a whole lot of pressure on the Glenmuir and the
Pressure,
Manchester High. Hey, don't go
pressure.
there, Lee. Wait, I will allow you to speak. But I can tell you, sir, I'm on the ground. Holy pressure, holy pressure. Hey, I'm going to give you some bantering tonight, Mr. Lee. Not say you, but your team. Big up yourself, Malik. CC, look like last year. No, they wouldn't. CC, to me, is a rebuilding process. And it's the first game, too. I want to say this. I said it to somebody earlier. I don't remember. At Glenmere, I was, and people were saying, boy, CC. I said, listen, I think some time ago, you know something? CC don't normally do well at the opening games. They will win. But you won't see that firepower that you understand. If you
Well,
check it out a few years ago, the Jew same place at catching on if my mind serves me right. The Jew with Lennon. I think the scripture I think beat Edinal in 3-2 some yes, one of the year. They don't normally come hot on the first or the opening game. I don't know why. So don't worry. And
but,
but one thing I say, they look organized still.
but,
Yes,
but,
sir.
but sorry, but for CC though, to be honest though, I mean, for a team that lost about 9 players starters from last year,
Mhm.
I mean, the only thing is because the way they've been playing over the years, the expectation is so high. Like every year they're gonna
Yes,
come out like
yes,
that. But
yes,
at some
true.
point, they're gonna be a break in the action.
And
You gotta be a break from a rebuild. So that's the only thing, man. But otherwise, we have a good young nucleus of kids, man. Where even if they don't good this year, do good this year, next year they're gonna be just fine, and the year after that. So
I am
that's what the
okay
thing
with
said.
them. I
Yeah.
am okay with them knowing what they have, knowing what they have to do. And people, this is the thing, as I said to some people that day, stop the balling. Clarendon College will do what they have to do. I'm talking about, we can call name, I talk about man like Laron, I talk about people like Stranger. Stop crying, man. Not, you can't expect to have the same set of players them for 5 years, bro.
Spoil no sorry.
You're spoiled.
I ain't spoil man. Never get Dintil a chance to win now, man. Sure.
Lord of His mercy, be careful,
Yeah, give Dintil a chance. You know how long Dintil want to win something? Eh?
When last time in 1981 or something like that?
When time Dintil won, man, there was no camera, no video,
I'm
no
not gonna
internet,
I'm not
nothing,
gonna
no
put that on
YouTube.
you. Not because you win recently. No, not at all. That is disrespect. That
No,
is
but that's the truth. But
disrespect to
that's
the
the
highest
truth.
level.
Ah, disrespect.
No,
That's the
no, no,
truth.
no, no. Mr. Lee, I'm gonna take that from you this year.
No, but and I truth me attack. I mean, me don't know why I said disrespect. I time for them win now. I'm not disrespect. I truth me attack.
You never born that time, Mr. Lee?
Yeah, but there's nothing to show. You can't go click and find nothing right now. So not even picture you can't find. So
No, man, you can't find pictures now.
all right, find one and show me then. Sorry,
All
show me
right,
one team.
before the
Find it.
show ends.
All right, find me.
All right, I didn't tell me that about it, no, but I tell
Yeah,
me
didn't
that.
tell me attack. Find my picture with the team will win.
All right, never look for something on show.
All right, look for something. I mean, I like to see it.
But before the show ends, not right now.
All right.
Anyway, people, what say you? Another story. We can't stop. I know
Um.
schoolboy football, but guess what? The Reggae Boys almost lost last night. What are
So
we to
Saturday, you went to that game, right?
last night? Yes,
Yeah.
man.
I watched
I
up to
was
the first half and I didn't watch the second half.
the game, certainly only thing I would say, and I'm not quick to jump or to what did I say or criticize or whatever. There are things that we have to criticize. That's football, that's in nature. But I think the team looks a little better from the last time I saw them. Yeah.
They look
As
more
the more,
organized, eh?
yes, they were organized, to be honest, more cohesiveness. What was missing from that game is the fact that we didn't score. I think that was the
Uh,
missing piece of the puzzle. Yeah.
yeah.
And we all can see that. If it
Yeah.
was, sorry, Miss Ali, if we had scored two of those goals or two of those chances that we got, we'd having a different conversations from what I've heard since morning. What say you?
Yeah, I share the same view on Saturday because I was having a conversation with somebody earlier, and honestly, I only watched the first half, and
Yeah.
based on the first half, my critique is that they look good to me. It's just that they wasn't finishing, you know. And just like you said, if them finish couple of them chances there,
Yeah.
then it would have whole different conversation today. But just the finish, man.
Giovanni, come like you want to blow you off I said tonight. Respect, man. Hey, hey, listen. Why? I don't know what start up. Hey, I will start the ding to thing, man. A
Oh yeah,
shame, you
them
know.
one, Charlie.
I
Sorry,
think it was
82,
91.
82,
81. I think it was 81. But
81.
again,
They won
these
twice, no?
the one guys. I think they won 79 and 81.
And 81. Okay, cool.
But now get them details if you know. You don't know why they didn't think for them to come on the show, Bridget. The man, them, yo.
Man,
I
I'm a
tell you,
coward,
lose
man.
half of them, Bridget. Big up yourself, you know, Giovanni. I don't know. Big up everybody in the show. So we're just looking shortly, people, at the Jamaica game last evening. I think we were our own downfall, missing some very, very good opportunities. And one thing I was also impressed about, and when I say impressing, I'm not overly impressed, but at least what I have seen, good sides, yes? And what I have seen, because people, let me tell you something, no matter how me want to talk, no matter how we talk about this thing, you see the things that need to fix, me only can fix it. It has to be fixed on the training ground with the coach or in the room. So I'm just saying, I've seen some pretty good things looking lively. The chances we created, I want to say that it's not that they were given to us by Cuba. Those are not some mistake made at the back. We created those chances. And to me, that's a plus. Yes. The midfielders did their job last night. Palmer played his best game. And I will say this to you, Christopher, right? I've been saying it that under Al Gribson, so many of our midfielders, I'm not telling you that these are the best midfielders that Jamaica can find. But most of our midfielders were being played in the wrong position and the wrong system for them. Yes. Last evening, I can see that Palmer get the license to go forward. He was a bit more free, and so he was able to express himself. So I think that was very good too. JC is going to win the Manning Cup title this year, number 32. Who will be JC's challenger this year, Giovanni? They can't just win, say no. Yo, Sadi, when the side can see a fixture or what's that? Or nothing.
What side?
I was see adrenaline. You want to see
Oh,
a fixture? All right. All right. If that is the case, all right, we're going to send out a fixture shortly. The adrenaline part of the fixture you want to see? Me just say it, if I'm wrong. So. When them are play, I think they are playing Monday. Or is it Tuesday? Hold on a second. That's all send it out. All right. So he said it in the press conference that the system fits him more. I can tell you people, I've been saying it. Yeah. And I am happy that we see those little changes. Mona will be JC challenger this year. Hey, listen, man. This Mona team looks good enough. And I would say looks, it's not like they are exciting to all of that. When I say looks good, the way Craig Butler set up his team, I said they look good because they are carrying out all that he asked for. Trust me, they run hard as per usual. And this Mona team, you can't count them out because guess what? They have retained almost the entire squad they had from last year. It's only two players Mona lose. The last two players. So what do you expect as a defending champion? And that will be going right through. The entire group. All right, let me see if I can. Oh, never said this. What I'm gonna do, it's gonna take me some time, top 10, to pick out that adrenaline one. Then I'm gonna think with it. Maybe All right, me have it. Yeah, you soon get it. You soon share it with you. All right, yes, Pessoa, what's going on? Sorry, Chris TV, up road. Good game for me last night. Watching in the grandstand. Only the missed chances was the problem. J Lo and Tony Boza cost us the game. Hey, I'm not them alone, bro. How many chances we miss? I think Antonio should have scored two. Yes. He hit the post from 6 yards. He had a miss connection, I would say. Yes. About that. Hey, listen, still, I was watching from these bleachers. I match you up with your grandstand. So I was watching from the bleachers and I was watching Jamaica kicking to the flag or to the hills, not to the sea. Yes, I was behind that goal. I said to myself and a friend of mine, listen, this is the best place to watch football. And I learned it, listen, I learned it since I started to stream football. Because when you are watching from behind the goal, you don't have to be moving your head left, right, and center. You just look one way and everything connect. When you're the half line, when you're at half line, you have to look down at that half, look at that half. And the same thing when me I do my streaming, Mr. Lee.
yeah.
Yeah, the camera have to be going almost, not even say maybe about a 120 degrees each time to pick up from one goal to the next.
Mm.
So sometimes I realize because I'm not a professional people, bear with me. I'm an amateur. I realize that somebody play miss me because I'm not moving the camera quickly. What I'll say if you are behind the goal, even if you don't catch the play in the center of the screen, you're going to catch part of it because you're focusing one direction. And I think that's good. And trust me, Marvin. So it was a good game, trust me. And I hear a lot of people cussing, a lot of people saying all sorts of things and so on. But remember, people, and I want to use this as an opportunity, Mr. Lee. I soon give you a chance. What about CC 9 and 17 from last year? Hey, I'm not going to manage you tonight. Hi, CC 9 and 17 from last year. Where's about them? All right. Let me just finish my thought before I forget it. So, what I'm saying, guys, from the game perspective, I strongly believe that we can improve and should improve. It's a bit unfortunate that we're going to have the toughest match away. Yes, we should have gone into that game on Tuesday. We should be going into that game on Tuesday. With 3 points. So we are behind. We are behind. But remember, we talk about the Steve McLaren people, and all of us would have given our views on the appointment of Steve McLaren. There are some persons who are saying that it is the best fit. I remember I asked the question, what if the Reggae Boys did not win against Cuba? Lee, you remember me ask that question?
Yep.
Because I know these Jamaicans would tear the coaches or the coaching staff apart. They tear some of the
But
players apart.
I think most of the people kind of pleased with the way the game play. I mean, probably not pleased about the result, but the way the team would have performed was that's a satisfactory, right? Sorry, what do you think? I only watched the first half, so I can't tell about the second
Because
half.
we did not win
Mm-hmm.
and we should have won based
Mm-hmm.
on the chances created and the control we have over the game. I wouldn't say it's a satisfactory game. Because at the end of the day, it is the results really count, yes?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a, I don't know. I am not,
Mixed feelings. We say
yeah,
I have
man,
mixed
mixed
feelings.
feelings. Yeah, man, for real, for real, for real. I want them
Yeah,
to win. They should have won. Yeah,
yeah.
but
But you
it
know,
was,
but we all know with football, Saudi, that's how things set up. Sometimes, chances, and just not one of those days where
mhm, mhm.
never meant to be, you know?
Yeah, man, and they say when they don't take a
Mm,
chances, things go against you.
yeah.
I
And
have a question. Why don't they pick the match that looks like the best of the zone to play the opening match? I don't like the big scores for a TV game. You need more competitive game. It's a practice for real, Christopher. It's a practice, and maybe who knows? What would you state that this is the best team? What I will say, Mona, Mona is in a zone with um well, they played Waterford today. They have Charlie Smith to play. They have Jonathan Grant to play. They have Tarrant to play. They have Gainston to play. So the fact of the matter is, which of these teams would you select to be a stronger team? The team that you probably been selected, maybe they go and get nine. So I understand what you're saying, but sometimes the zone do not represent that sort of statistics. You get what I'm saying? So
so,
I understand, right?
Saudi
Mhm.
Grant, Jonathan Grant, now same zone with Mona.
Yes.
You guys didn't play today, though, right?
No, 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 no. Only one man in cup match would have played today.
Oh, okay.
so, so I say every night in chat about that. All right. Yes, man. A TV game don't do good for the players on the receiving end when they go back to their communities. No, sir. Well, I don't even know how to look at it, to be honest with you. But somebody have to play, and it's just a matter of your standards.
But
Unfortunately, that's how it end up.
but
But that's
but
how it
but,
go.
but Saudi, with that said, right?
Yeah.
How do you think they pick the matchup in the first round? You think they actually go to a like a shuffle or a raffle with the names them to match up a team? Them you don't think somebody just random and say, okay, Mona gonna play that or whatever. So maybe it's that thing where them go do a look a raffle and determined by the outcome of the raffle.
Miss Ali,
Hmm?
Miss Ali, you
Yeah,
see that question that you ask?
yeah,
If I should really answer you, you'd laugh.
yeah, man. Answer me, because I mean the person in the chat
A
a
valid point.
valid point. You have a valid point,
Mhm.
but so me I assume say I must a raffle would allow that to happen, because if not, if a random person I pick it, then I'm right. When I pick a better team with for a TV game with more competitive, you know?
I think it should have been. I would have said that, but I really don't want to get into it because, as I said, if I answer, you're gonna laugh. Because the truth is, you have coaches and teams would have, ISA is run by school principals, yes, and people in different sphere. I'm not saying the principals, no, but coaches have links with people in ISA,
Hmm.
yeah. Some had chocolate in the cup hot chocolate in the cup. All right, Naka. Blessings. Yeah, man, they're not teacup, Naka, man. I can't nothing else, man. A cup that come with hot beverage, yeah? Right, Mr. Lee? Mr. Lee having a little munch, so him turn off him camera and a
Yeah,
brave
man.
like
Oh,
me.
you know, so sorry.
You know, brave like me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. So, as I was saying, Christopher, it is what it is. I have learned that people would have fixed some games, not necessarily an opening game, yeah, but
So sorry. So you're free to
yeah.
talk everything from your knowledge. Tell me how them pick a thing, man.
No, I mean, I don't really know how them pick it. What I'm saying is that I have heard of people who would have had contacts, yes, within the scope of those who making the fixtures and would have
Mm-hmm.
asked or influenced a particular game to play at a particular time. For example, you may have um, Edwin Allen playing Garvey, but I have a link in his so I would say, you know what, I would rather go to Garvey first. So when you come back on my team, it can job you.
But
You know
that's not
that
right.
sort of thing.
That's not right, though, sir.
No, I'm not saying it happening. I'm telling you, I've heard that these things do happen or people talk about it. So I'm not
Yeah,
sure if
yeah.
it is.
That's not right. Because
Yeah,
just like the person at the chat would have said just now, sorry, that why would you pick a lower team to go play a high powered team and get 8 love, 9 love on national TV?
but again, if
You
you
know?
if you follow competitive sports, within the football arena and some other cricket and so on, when it comes to opening fixtures, the defending champion always get a favorable draw.
Really?
Yeah, man. Check it out.
Wow.
Check it out. So it is one of these things. All
I'm
right, so that's the best team in that zone based on history. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, Christopher, and I don't think that's the best team in the zone. I'm not saying that in your time. Neither history nor no. All right, but I'm happy that the big teams show their classes today. They show their class today, man. Yes. So, Mr. Lee, it's one of those things, and I would have thought, I'm gonna check it out, though. I'm gonna ask Mr. Johan Scott to explain to us how the fixtures or how the draws were done. If you look at the fixture and how they do it, for example, at the at not the Manning Cup, but at the second row, it would have stated from earlier. You can find out who you will play in the second round if you reach there at based on your position in the first round. So you can check that going right up to the finals. So if you're a statistics man, if you know statistics and data, you can follow it and pace yourself to know who you would play. Dingtil is a very good team and that. I don't know if they're still doing it. But I think, and I think maybe big up Mr. Burke, with Mr. Burke, know these things and trust me, that's how you have to really study the thing. So I have learned this from Dingtil people while I was coaching in that zone. That they try to avoid some teams. To avoid some teams in the second round, it depends on how you perform. So, for example, if you win that zone, you might end up go play against Garvey Massio. So you and Garvey Massio as the two top teams coming from two zones will meet. You don't want that so early in the competition. So you play a way to ensure that you come second in the zone.
really?
Yes, man.
I saw them till do it.
No, I'm not saying, I'm just telling you. Dingtil study the thing that way. And nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that.
And so we start to study it to, Lee. I find myself I fix my thing like that, Because if
Cause,
you can,
cause right now, just like you said, everything would have matched up already. Prevent depends on how you finish in the first round. So you can
yes,
determine when we're gonna meet up. So sorry, if
exactly.
that's the case, then who are me and probably match up in the first round. If we should have come second or
Mr.
third.
Lee, I'm not go down the road with you.
You're not
Yeah,
good tonight. Okay, okay.
no, because you what me know. As the people must say, we're not hear nothing from you in terms of your God, you come here ask question. You have the fixtures, man, so you can check it out.
Yeah, we need ranking for come on, come.
I go see ranking tonight. Ranking
Come.
just a leave catching on. I will see that.
So what was the final score with Cornwall and Herbert
4-1.
Royce?
Cornwall win 4-1.
4-1. Okay.
Yeah. They decide how to finish it. Hey, Christopher, let me tell you something. Tricks and trade in a matches box. And you see those little things, I learned it and I recognize that hey, nothing no wrong. You have to strategize, you have to know. Just like you have a team, you set up a team, you live in one particular way. Yeah. So if you know that your right back for argument's sake is very weak, but you know when you have a book up a Garvey attack on them left side wicked. You have to put in somebody strong or change the formation. You have to suit that. Right now, can I say go? Yeah, man. That is, yeah, it is easy to figure out, man, because the fixtures would have set that particular way. And I was saying this people, I miss the thought, to be honest with you. And that's why, you know what? Monday, I'm going to ensure that I print the fixtures. I want it hard copy. Because I was mapping to see where or who will, how the matchup will be at the quarterfinal. If the teams that we believe are the, what would I say, the preseason favorites. If we believe that these teams are the preseason favorites, I was matching them to see where they will go up to quarterfinal. And I don't want to call the names, but I'm just going to tell you this right now. Outside of I am looking at it right now, at the quarterfinals, 3 of those preseason favorites will meet at the quarterfinals.
So they're going to be in the same zones, are they?
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Really?
All right.
Straight possibility.
Don't talk.
All 3 on one side are the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the society. All right. What I'm saying though, right?
Yes.
So based on that possibility, you're going to have 3 of the top team will not end up in a one zone. And then you're going to have the weaker team on the other side, so to speak. You know, I don't know if me like that matchup.
You see, it's not the matchup in Mr. Lee. It's
But
because the thing is prefix. And
prefix.
I'm saying, I am here now. I'm meeting my team when Link, when Bucky, you, and Dinkty. Yeah?
Mm,
So Friday Crest is a strong team. Dinkty is a strong team. Garvey is a strong team.
yeah.
I know that from man. To avoid that, I know if I win my zone, not gonna see certain teams earlier. I'm not gonna reach. I might play a particular team. Or if I come second, I might end up doing that or getting there. So this is where the strategies are now to see which games you can avoid or which team.
So, Sadi, so let me
Mm,
ask you a question. So, as a coach, then, as a farmer coach,
mm.
so who do you go down that line with your team, play for position? Like, okay, you couldn't win a game, and because you don't want to meet a certain team in the other zone, you decide to pull back or or not play to your full potential because you want to get a draw or possibly lose the game just because you don't want to meet a certain team. You want them coach to believe in that?
No, not necessarily like that, Mr. Lee. Not necessarily like that. But the thing is, I'm not going out the title at no point in time I instruct my team to lose or to try to draw a match. Yes, I would say to my team, because we are going in the Lions, then we have to at least come out with a point. That's the
Yeah, but
closest I would say. But I
yeah,
don't do it like that. For example,
but
I strategize. And
no,
I know that, Mr. Well, man, I know that if I lose this game, I will come second in the group. Or if I draw this game, I'll come second. But it's not something that I said to the players, I want you to go out there and play and lose. No. It's within myself as a coach to say, all right, fine. And so it might not be a particular game that you plan for. You know football already. You can go out there and lose a game without you wanting to lose. Probably lose to the worst team that is one.
yeah, but sorry,
Mm.
one of the way you could have strategized that then is to okay, say you want to end up lose the game then because you don't want to meet a strong team on the other side.
Yes.
And by you losing the game, going into the next round, you're gonna have a favorite, more favorable team then, or a better chance of beating the team we would have faced. So as a coach, thinking I say, all right then, you know what, let me rest my starters then and give the bench players a game which wouldn't be your weaker side they're gonna start. But still instruct them to try and win the game anyway. Knowing that is a weaker team you're gonna start. As a
Mhm.
coach, you wouldn't go that route.
As I say, you can strategize and use that because I've tried that already. Make you a joke. Make you a drama. There's a particular time that I want to not to lose a game, But what I want to do with the game is a fight.
A
Good?
point.
A
You want a
fight.
draw?
Yes. And so I put my probably weakest team. I think I took out original starting play out of the game. Because I'm satisfied with that draw.
Right.
I mean, I tell you, the French player, then go there, go play a piece of game, and see Richard.
You bench play them.
You know, but this a coach I've invested in the bench really well.
Well, there you go.
So, what I'm saying, because I'm not telling them to go and lose
Right. Right.
or
Right. I
draw.
got
It's
you.
just
I got
my
you.
intention, But
Right.
I don't say to them, lose again.
Right. Exactly.
But I don't
Exactly.
mind if I don't get the 3 points. So
Right.
at no time I instill any form of indiscipline. Yes, or any
Yeah.
them sort of thing there to the players. No, I don't.
Right.
So
Yeah.
while I would mind, I mean, I tell us that them just take the opportunity and say, hey, I bet you the pan all the while.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Poor
So,
thing.
you know,
They want to realize what was your strategy behind that still. But
yeah,
at the
yeah,
same
yeah.
time, them figure say, listen, me, I get a game, So who? Me, I go prove it.
Yeah,
Which you
man.
can't
And they
blame them,
did.
Yeah,
No,
you can't blame them
and they did.
because,
They did.
yeah, man.
But as me say, Mr. Lee, these are things that, and you see, youngsters, you can't really force them to do certain things. Let me tell
But
you,
but I know team done that still, and done that against my team in the past,
and be
I mean,
successful.
by playing their weaker team to get to end with a certain result, so my team can make it through. I mean, and it done. Me had a team complain about it. So them yeah, it suck when you're upon the receiving end,
Yes, 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 yes. But
when you want destiny and if you depend on other team to make you to position you in a certain way, and it suck. But
mhm.
I nature the game.
Let me tell you something. I hear some people, but hey, you see, unfair game, it always play twice in Mr. Lee. We have two scenarios to go to people. And sorry, I won't be no bored now. Hear this scenario. the very first time, and if I hope Coach Basil they punish you. Is the first coach who me see or show me how to use the goalkeeper to waste maximum time. You hear me, sir?
All right, so he's showing you as when he was a player or when he was a coach.
As a coach, man.
As a coach,
Yes.
he might show you the strategy there.
Yes.
But you would have play under him as a coach.
Mhm.
So did you experience that as a
No,
player?
no, no. They never used to use that strategy them time there.
Okay, okay. They never
No,
smart
sir.
enough them time, but
No.
over time, coach start get smarter now.
You know how we used to waste ball when we have play waste time? Is kick the ball out of field, no, man, out of the grounds. By the
Mm.
time they either 2 or 1 ball you have. So you just get all that ball going on keep it out of the grounds. That's what we used to do then. But as saying that to say, I remember doing it and me say the referee threaten me and the player. Say anyhow him go down again. He might go run away 5 feet.
Attack, no, he can't do nothing.
He can't do one
Because the
thing.
rules of the game, the goalkeeper, the king. So once the
So
goalkeeper go down, game have to stop. If you want to add on extra minutes, that's up to him.
me I tell you. And so I have seen it happen. I remember in that particular game. So the first thing you do, boss. And people no better learn, because me I teach you if you don't know say that happening. Everybody see goalkeeper going down these days.
And then,
Wrong.
then my team not use that man. I say, man.
But guess what now? So before the match start, you wrap up, make sure the goalkeeper have a strap on him too or something like that.
Yeah.
So you get what I'm saying? When him take off the boot there and the referee see, can't like say, you understand me?
I can't, you don't think you want to talk to all our secrets, sorry.
No man, I know. It's something that people need to learn, people.
Well, yeah, man, no, but a part of the game.
Yeah, it's part.
A part of the game, man.
And
A part of the
so
game.
bless up, man. Thank you very much for them thumbs up there. You see, if me not get all money on them thing, I say all them art and sit and jump up, but me not get the money rest. Paula, big up yourself. Paula, give my whole heap of likes a while ago, and love. And TikTok and money, I get Mr. Lee, but my fans not give me no money, so me good. You see, me know, so me sure I go full of CC fan tonight. I mean, I look there. Big up yourself, CC, boss, stranger. Yes, so the other scenario I want to give you, I was coaching cricket at the time, and we were looking down the barrel of a defeat, Mr. Lee. We have 3 wickets to go and need about 40, I think about 50 odd runs. But the 3 wickets, these are bowlers, the man of batsmen. And at that time, we have a wicket keeper who can bat a bit. Was that the fear? I said to the youth, say, listen, man, sit down there, just call silly umpire, so you can't see a bad light. You hear me say? Just tell the umpire, say you cannot see bad light, make him call the game off. You know, the youth go there and a cuss. And I say, oh, I mean, normally get no heap of bat. You not.
You know, call out bad light. Can you want to get fame, but
You hear me say? And they said the youth bat and win the match, bro.
eh?
And the light rain come bad too,
And
So
the bat in the dark.
Well, it was going on because we from outside were shouting to the umpire bad light,
Right.
So when the youth start knock the ball, now I go clear. The other team now start bat for bad light.
Bad
and
light.
the
I
ball.
want to say no bad light again. Don't change the mind now. No matter with bad light.
Yeah, just me.
Yeah, at this point, I say light good. Light good, referee. Light good, umpire.
This is happening in the big league. That's true, Nakal. So what I'm saying, Vasserenas was the first coach. Now you a joke. Vasserenas was at Ulmas and win floor championship. And he did that. He might get the game bored with him goalkeeper lie down every minute. Sometimes I keep alone, collect the ball, no bad no did, And by the time I move off, him go down, I see people ball and create excitement. And then I went out, I go around and I see the same people as the ball doing the same thing. So these are strategies, and people have to learn from each other. That's it. Invent everything.
Just make sure you're not down by a goal in the final 10 minutes or 5 minutes.
Yeah, man, you have to do some trickery to go on. So, people, the games, Mr. Lee, what are the scores that you have?
Well, I know about my game, Cornwall game, Clarendon College game. That's about it, sorry.
Well, you know, go on good enough. And Jay would never come on anything. Well, I'm so good some scores.
Yeah, man, I have scores, man.
All right. Yeah, me say if you go look on it, you can manage that alone. So you can find so fast. Schoolboys.
So you only have one gameplay in the Money Cup anyway.
Yes.
How much the Castle Cup gameplay today?
Quite a lot, All
Yeah.
right, let me see if I can get into it. Quite a lot, man.
I mean, we have Garvey, Cornwall, and Clarendon College. That's about it. And them 3 teams that we have.
All right.
Oh, Glenmuir. Yeah, Glenmuir would have played, man. Glenmuir would have played. Would they play Kempsell?
Yeah, that's the game I went to. They win 5-1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Or was it sad? You went to that game, and how was it?
I come to you. So that game was a game of 2 halves, people.
Yeah.
Glenmuir started out, and when they started out, that thing said they end up about 10-0, bro. It's within the first 22 minutes,
Yeah.
I think that's when Glenmuir go 4-0 up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Early goals.
So you'd have thought, this game gonna be a really you think Kempsey would have gotten the showers, the early shower that they would want to finish this competition. So some competition people are some matches, I must say. So let me start out with the game that I went to. Glenmuir 5-0. They outplayed Kempsey, especially the first half. Kempsey returned the second half with a much spirited game. Yes, it was 4-0 half time, and Glenmuir only scored 1 in the second half, and I think they only got 2 chances in the second half.
Really?
Yeah, man. They only get chance. What I made of the game, though, I think players is players, and I thought this is one of the things about it that even as a youngster playing, when you score early and start to manage, control the game and beat up this team. At one stage, you get too relaxed. Yeah? A little lackluster performance from Glenmuir. They start to turn over the ball. They start to try some things that they never start. So that was the issue, I believe. Second half, as I said, not Demby, but
Kemsel.
Kemsil put up a better fight. They made some changes, whatever the coach said. I did an interview with both coaches too, so it's up there. And I realized that they had a whole different ball game. The players started to express themselves. Yes, Glenmuir to me looks a bit suspect. Yeah, I don't know if you're watching the Clarendon College team, but I think even though Clarendon College have a very good defender, at some point they look like they're gonna tear them to pieces. I recognize that Demby attacked down Clarendon College right back,
No,
basically all the
Glenmuir.
time.
Glenmuir.
No
Oh,
man, Demby. I'm
oh,
talking
Demby.
about Demby.
Demby.
So I
Okay,
was
yeah.
matching the Clarendon College with Glenmuir in terms of their defense.
Okay, I got
Both to
you.
me look a little suspect. What I say though, Glenmuir did not play two of their better players.
Why?
One never play, one never start. Yeah, injury wise. So, for example, Kirky, the number 9, he came on in the second half. Never had much to do. He assisted a goal too. Yes, but impressive. I must say, Glenmuir going forward. Yeah, man, them have some terrible youth going forward. May I tell you the truth?
Mm,
This guy, what them get from them, be Cohen. I think
mm.
he has to score one and assist two. So, yeah, and he was playing deep. Playing a number 10 role, but at some point in the second half, seemed to be very, very deep. Yeah, man. So it's really outstanding. And what was good about it is that these teams who we think will, challenge for the championship, when they get the SAFA teams, they make use of it. So you play what you see or what you have. People will say it's a weak team, but at the end of the day, it's what you play. You can't get a weak team to play. I expect to play against a strong team in the game. So you play who you have and you work it out. So good game. Good game.
But yeah, man. So come next week, Saturday, we're supposed to have Glenmuir on a TV game,
Yes. So the other game, people from that zone, it is Garvey would have beaten Winston Jones. Is that 7-0?
Yeah.
Yes. Again, Garvey is Garvey. But Mr. Lee, nobody expected Garvey to be beaten any team 7-0 at this stage. What happened?
But Saturday, I want to tell you this though, and based on the feedback that I was getting, that could have been a lot worse than that.
I'm saying that to say, I'm not saying
Because
Garvey is not
because
good.
first half finished, I think 1-0.
You serious?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So just can imagine the amount of chances that we got in the first half and didn't put away. So just imagine if first half finished 1-0 and the end of the game was 7-0, then you know can you imagine if we're you know taking care of all those opportunities that we have getting in the first half, then it's a whole different thing.
Yes, so one of the thing is, people, you know, I'm saying that to say because Mr. Lee, Garvey Massio, or Miran Gardens coach Garvey Massio, hide out the whole of preseason. I don't
Yeah,
know if Garvey Massio play any away practice matches or practice match. You know of that, Mr. Lee?
yeah, man, we play practice match, but it's just that we just
Where?
keep we
Where?
keep we
At
keep
home.
things we keep things under the radar. Yeah, man. We don't want to show it
Wow.
on too early, Saturday. It's like
I'm not sure you
playing.
but every team
It's
I
like
play,
playing
bro.
poker. It's like playing poker, man. They can't show you on too early. I have to
Lee,
hold it
don't
down,
come to me with that, bro. No
Yeah.
poker business around here. Everything playing, all TV, all match I come on TV by YouTube, practice match. And Miran and him team just sit down and have like a farm in them.
Oh, you mean?
Yo, the two
Yeah,
secret,
yeah.
bro.
We are hide up a thing, bro.
You see, so now hide the thing, man. But
Yeah, we have to hide up
never
a
see how
thing.
long you can hide for.
Yeah, that's all right.
But Winston Jones ever win a game before? But I don't know. They used to play in the Mandela Manchester group, so I'm not sure about that one. But we
Listen,
check it
all we
out.
gotta do, I take care of business on Saturday. So whoever coming before in front of us, we just take care of business.
Okay.
That's
But
it.
just to jump the gun though, Mr. Lee, so you have a very interesting game next week, Saturday, a TV game, as you say, at Glenmuir.
Yeah, that gonna
That's
be a
gonna be
good
a
game.
cracker, people.
Yeah, man, it's supposed to be a good game, and then you're gonna get to find out how good both team is going forward. And
One
I
thing we
know
can
I know
say,
we only gonna play each other once in the first.
in the
first half.
first round.
Yeah, in the first round because there's no return game, so it
So
should
when
be a
when you
conference.
play again, you go and play down at your yard.
I think
Yeah,
no.
man.
Why?
That's how it
Why?
go, man.
If they both should make it the final four,
Yeah,
if they meet again, then the game would have been yeah.
yeah, man. You play down at your yard, man. I wonder
Okay.
if I wonder if that is one of the fixed match.
Uh, Why we don't know sorry. Me see one man type in the chat say corruption na isa, so we don't know.
Which part that? No,
You
me
miss that
part
one
of
there,
this. I
right?
don't know about no corruption, bro.
I think a horror said that you can't scroll on friend.
Anything I so me not care.
Yeah, I believe horror.
I know too much.
Horror, we can look one statement and go and sleep. Come and see him again.
Where me I go stay all season, Naka? Naka say me I go stay. I don't Naka me lose out that band. Where say me I stay all season? Anyway, so Poros I think win their
Porous
game 4-1. Yes.
against who?
Um, I had the things earlier in a bridge, and I don't know what them just
Porous.
come up, bro. Yeah, Poros win 4-1, man.
Porous would have been what zone? In Clarendon College
In
zone?
your zone.
No man, Porous not in my zone. Nothing so. Who them
All
play
right,
against
Mr. Ali.
then?
All
Who
right,
them
Mr.
play against?
Ali.
No man,
Let
me
me-
wrong the side. Go ahead, me not quite sure. Who them play against?
I think hold on a second, man. I soon tell you how. Poros,
I can't look back right now still. Let me look back right now.
Poros. How Poros play again, man?
Let me look back right now and tell you.
But Poros was in your game, man.
In
I
my
think my
group.
laptop now come up in order to beat me, I know.
Yeah, look right now on the side. Yeah man, no man, no, this not make no sense. Why this a Porous and Garvey myself? Okay. Alright, wait.
Because
Wait.
next week it is, I think it's Tuesday. Glenmore will be playing Poros next year.
I sorry, no, so me I look for one thing, I'm gonna see who Porous play. I'm gonna, wait.
This won't find it, man. Don't worry yourself.
A Foga Road?
No, man. I think Foga play Old Harbour. I think Foga Road and Old Harbour play today.
And what was the end score?
I think it end nil all, you know. I think it was nil all. Me have a thing them
So we
leave me
can't say
fix up my score thing, me fix up my thing on the computer when me I do me it's up me, you know.
a Veer them wouldn't play?
Oh,
Porous.
Old Harbour and Foga play today.
Mm-hmm.
I think that game ended nil all.
Right.
Can't believe the computer do me this tonight. People have to go buy my laptop and gaming computer for me to do better, you know.
Oh, me know what. Okay, me know what it is now. Okay, I got you.
Naka, you can't sponsor me a computer. Veer with, let's say, Veer with 4-1. Who them win? Poros? How we go, man? Hold on. All right. I got to check the fixtures. You know, have the fixtures up, Mr. Lee?
No, I was looking at Garvey fixtures, who we playing actually. It wasn't the overall fixtures. That's why I was getting a little confused.
Oh. Because what beat me now is that I try this computer come up. I know it's just a whiny, man. And I tell you, me have the. Hold on. This one, I'll come up, Mr. Lee. Oh, Porous in the Wormwood zone for you. Manchester zone.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No, man, we not Porous in my group, man. Or it's
No,
a
man.
Porous come out.
Let me tell you who you have in your group, man.
No,
You have Glenmure, Veer, Foga, Old Harbour, and Kempsey.
so Porous come out then.
And Winston Jones. That's his zone. 7 teams.
So Porous was in there before, and it's Porous exited the group then.
I think they were in the initial setup.
Yeah, man. Porous, because I have Porous on the fixtures, man.
Right. So Veer, I think, beat who Veer beat? Fogar Woods. I think I remember. So, Veer beat. Let me see, let me see. Let me see how Veer beat. Veer don't beat nobody. Veer not supposed to beat nobody. Man. Something mix up with my team. I don't know if I computer give me this or me do it wrong. All right, so Mr.
No,
Lee,
so
yes,
where it is, where but you said if Porus is out because what happened based on this, maybe the fixtures got updated though, sorry.
yeah, man, it is.
Because when I have Porus playing Veer today, Olaba would be playing Fogar Road,
Mm-hmm.
Glenmere play Kemsil, and Garfield playing Winston Jones. That's what I have on the old fixtures. So
So
if you say
Veer couldn't play today.
so Veer wouldn't play today if that's the case. If you say Porus is out, that means Veer wouldn't play today. And then Olaba and Fogar would have played.
Exactly.
Glenmere and Kempsey would have played.
But you
And
know,
Garvey
my
and
results sheet that show me from the side is that Veer have Veer have 3 points.
we could think about it in Nostalgia. If one of our team would have pulled out, then that make it seven team in the zone now. Right?
A 17 is one now.
So if seven then one of the team would have been the odd team out, wouldn't have a
No man,
game.
no, not necessarily. Yeah, one team would not have no
Right.
advantage.
Right. So it would have been those 3 games then.
But this fixture show me say Veer win 1-4-1.
Who then play though?
You can't show me no see where he play.
Because if it's a Porsche is out of our group, listen, the original team in the group in the start, it was 8 team,
Mm-hmm.
You have Porus, you have Veer, Olaba, Foga, Glenmure, Kempsil, Winston Jones, and Garvey. That's the 8 team was originally in the zone. So if you say them at one point I heard they pull Olaba. Remember one time they said Olaba went
Yeah,
into
and they
Dintil?
never pulled, they never did. That was the
Right,
suggestion.
right. That's what I heard. And then what happened now? No, you said Porus is out. You
So,
know,
well, Missy J type. J, who Veer beat? Veer play Porus today?
so that means Porus still in the group then.
Right. You think me I get mixed up? Can I get mixed up? Anyway, me almost sure say something like that. But let me leave it until me can get. I thought Old Harbor went in Glinstead. Yes, that was suggested, but it never got through. I could be wrong, but I think I saw Veer beat Porus. That's what. Yeah, me think me see something like that, but
So sorry, so if Veer beat Porus, see, Veer play Porus. So if Veer play Porus, that means 8 teams still in the zone.
mhm.
Nobody get pulled.
But from what I'm seeing here, it is 7 teams.
7 teams.
Yeah, that me I look for right now.
So Porus.
As Porus not in the zone.
Okay then. So well, Jay said Veer play Porus. So
And right also said that. Veer played Porus. All right. Who Porus can beat? Time stranger. What do you mean who Porus can beat? You know, we see man.
so they say
Poor
Olaba
Porus.
and Fogar would know.
That
Sorry,
not a thing draw.
that game draw.
Yeah.
What 1-1 or is
Nilal, I think.
nil all? Okay, all right.
Olaba is a little thing like this, you know, them.
And then Tuesday we supposed to play Porus Tuesday. Sorry,
No, man.
Porus is our next game. Sorry, Tuesday.
All right. I leave it there, bro.
Sorry, it's the right pan the fixtures. So I don't know if I tell you.
Who Glenmere play Tuesday?
Tuesday Glenmere play. Okay, Glenmere go play. No man, Glenmere play Porus man. And Garvey play. Oh, Garvey play Veer on Wednesday. Sorry, my bad. Sorry.
Mhm.
Garvey play Veer on Wednesday, and Glenmere go play Porus on Tuesday,
Right.
and then Kempsey and Olaba go play Tuesday, and Winston Jordan and Fogar was supposed to play Tuesday, and then come Saturday now Garvey and Glenmere,
Okay.
Fogar and Porus and Veer and Kempsey. So. It seems like the eight teams remain in this one.
Well, people, that's how it is. That's how it is. I just check a WhatsApp message, people, and the question or the whole aspect of the position that Issa take or took on schoolboys, they need to get a 6 day break between matches. If they play schoolboy to the Saturday 6 days before, they can play, or 6 days after, they can play Premier League. To be honest with you,
What was that, Sadi? Explain that to me again.
Issa is saying that the schoolboys who play Premier League, it
Mm-hmm.
must be a 6 day window between the games, or a 6 day period.
Well, I thought last year the way it was that once you play schoolboy football, you can't play Premier League until after schoolboy football done, and then you could play Premier League.
Yes.
That's the way it was last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happened this year? They changed it and that you could play Premier League, but you have to have a
A
6 day
6 day
window.
window before between. Yeah.
So that mean all right. So that mean if a schoolboy play a game today, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they gotta wait 6 days before
If they
they.
want to play a Premier League match between that.
Okay, so they wait six. So then we have 6 days between, right, Sadi? And
Mm-hmm.
then they go play a Premier League game, and then what? What about the schoolboy game?
Well, I guess a 6 day after Premier League again.
No, that's the point. Me, I try to understand.
Hey, me tell you, it's funny. I am not in favor of it any at all. I was looking through. I asked the question on a particular channel. I want to find out and clarification. Even though schoolboy football is not a professional league, but as it relates to FIFA, I think there's a rule about FIFA that you can't play for two different teams at the same time. Or you can't represent two teams at the same time. Yes. So outside that, you get what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's what they wanted to use to craft that rule, but I don't think it is really good.
Yeah, I think they should have leave the rule the way to like last year, Sadi, where when once schoolboy football is finished, then go play Premier League, but not have them playing both league during the same time
I
frame.
am saying
Whether 6 day rest or not.
if the youngster is able to manage, is good enough to play Premier League, I think they should allow them to play.
Cause remember I said school were coming to play to Sadi and all them
Yeah,
things,
but I'm saying that depending now on the youngster, the parents, and the coaches.
Yeah. But
Yes,
enough youngsters are gonna tell you they can't manage it. They just want the opportunity to play.
well, if a football you want to play in a bridge, let me put on this cap. It's a football you want to be a professional footballer. That's the way to go.
Well,
But I
I,
don't think that
I
6
think
day
it's too
window is
much though.
really.
I think it's too
Yeah.
much though, Sadi. I think it's too much.
It's gonna work out same way because schoolboy games play 2 times per week. So yes. So therefore they're not gonna be able to play in a Premier League match.
Exactly. And they shouldn't play none. And
Yes, they
plus
should.
Sadi and the thing is this too,
Mhm.
the Premier League this year they are extended the season longer anyway. They got more games gonna play.
For the Premier League.
Yeah, you're aware of that, right?
Yeah. I've not touched anything on it yet. I'm ready to
Yes,
take
man.
on
I
Premier
think
League yet.
I think that they had an additional 8 games or whatever to it. So you're gonna find some team gonna play each other like 3 times
People
instead of
hit the
two.
like button, you know, want to know they are lately, because some people are jumping off my show. Too many shows going on YouTube, so we have to share the fan base. Anyway, so Mr. Lee, other games that were played today is in that Manchester group with Christian High School that, you know, Christian High School has made a very big statement today.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Who them beat up
Who them beat up? I think one team named Try, if you know like. Welcome, Melbourne. What's going on, sir, Melbourne?
I thought
Paul,
I'd reveal some facts.
you bring some facts tonight?
Yeah, well, my middle name. That's one of the facts I've just
the,
revealed.
the great the great man himself, man.
What you say?
Good
Good
night,
day,
good
my
night.
boss. We're there.
Good morning.
Or maybe a good morning where you at.
Oh man, it's morning. Yeah, man, it's
Yeah.
morning. But
It is,
it's
it is.
dark. It's dark now. Summer's gone. Jeez, it's gone.
Summer is
Friday.
gone.
Yeah, man.
So there's no
Friday.
there's no more sunlight, huh?
We have sunlight, man, but we don't have no temperature.
Yeah.
We have no
the
heat, no. No,
Eh?
man.
Really?
Cool. Gone cool.
Yeah, cool, but what's the temperature, bro? Give me that.
What, top temperature today?
You're at minus now?
No.
Man. I go
Overnight.
minus.
But
You know
during the
where you're
daytime now, max we're going to get is like 17, 18 degrees top temperature.
Oh. The
Celsius.
reason why I asked if you have minus because you say you don't have any temperature. Just to leave it
You're good, you know. You're good.
out.
Anyhow, I've come on because I thought we was going to do some patois lessons, seeing as I'm one of these Heritage Man there. After seeing Steve McLaren's first patois lesson, you see that?
No, where you get it from?
What do you mean?
Me ask you.
It's
Where you
all
get
over
it?
YouTube, bro. It's all over YouTube. Yeah, man.
Lee,
And
you haven't seen
socials.
it?
Oh,
No, I
Lord.
was not aware of that, you know.
You not see it?
No,
Oh,
no,
man.
no.
Well, yeah, no, he's talking to some of the coaching staff or somebody in a JA t-shirt and or JF t-shirt, I should say, and they're trying to tell him what to say when you greet the players and a couple of words and thing. And I'm just looking at a man who's nearly as red as the top I'm wearing. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's good.
But let me ask you a question. Which players he was actually reasoning with or meeting? Because most of the players are from England.
No, it was coach. He was talking to coaches.
Oh, the
It wasn't.
coaches here.
Yeah,
Oh,
he weren't
okay.
talking to players. It looked like coaching staff or press in, as I say, JF shirts, who would try and explain to him, you know, fist pump, because man did fist pump as if, why am I touching you? And it just didn't look comfortable. But, you know, I heard you guys talking earlier. I thought I'd let you, you know, talk about the high school business. I can't see the game, so I can't really chat about that
I don't
too much.
understand. I'm gonna load. Hold on. When we send you the link, when you click on it, what happened?
Yeah, it just goes to a blank Google page.
I see.
Then block it, man. It block. I sent that back to you on WhatsApp. It's blocked, man. You can't get it.
All right. Question. What are you using? Are you using your phone or are you on a different device?
I'm on Android on a tablet right now.
All right. Take your phone up.
Mm-hmm.
Go on YouTube and the YouTube app.
Yeah.
Go on the YouTube app.
1 second. Find the right folder. Too many apps. No, that's music. Oh.
You're listening to DJ.
No, sir,
Sorry,
you
still-
can't play that pan and then put on copyright pan in about.
No, that's why I stopped it, bro. I opened the wrong app. I opened the music one, not the YouTube one.
Okay.
There's two different apps.
What
Oh,
YouTube?
really?
Not YouTube.
1 sec. Go on, now.
All right.
What did I search for?
Yes. So look at all. What are you seeing there?
When I do what?
When you
Well,
open
the
the
last-
page.
The last thing. No. That page won't open from the link you sent me. So I'm
No,
telling
not
you.
from the link. Regular YouTube. Just open YouTube on your phone.
Okay.
Yes. I just want to see if we are somewhere, you know.
Got you at the top. And JFF press conference below.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So go-
my page is going to be different to yours because whatever lands initially is based on
Mhm.
what you've last viewed and what you continue to view.
Okay.
So mine's full of football and cars. That's all that's on my YouTube is football and cars.
All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send you a link now.
Yeah. On
I want
WhatsApp.
to- yeah.
All right, let's try that.
It is.
What you sent it on the Crest group or from Kevin?
No man, you're directly to you.
Okay, I'm waiting. It not
From
come
me.
yet, man. Your internet must be slow.
Remember that you gotta travel real far, you know.
From Jamaica to England, no bro.
Yeah.
but
9 minutes. 9 minutes. 9 hours by plane, 9 minutes by the internet.
you know fiber optic there, so you still copper
Yes,
and
bro,
brass.
me have it, bro.
Oh, there we go. So
Just said it
all
right.
all you've sent me is a link to the app YouTube. It's not an actual directed link.
No, at all. So this is what I'm saying. So that's a YouTube link I sent you.
Yeah.
If you open it,
Oh,
you'll
so
get it, right?
I'm getting Leon Bailey, best bits versus Man City. That's what's coming up.
But the one that I said, and that's what you get?
That's what it came up with. So I've got the show at the top, and then that's what it's giving me. So whatever you're sending me, as it comes through, whatever it's going through, it ain't giving me what you're trying to send me.
My God.
See it there? Welcome to how the Chinese live. You know what I mean?
But you know what's strange? But if I send you my podcast link, you'll get it.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So that means there's something going on. So let's not get political. As you always say. You know what I mean?
Don't worry.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
yeah, so I managed then also to catch highlights, and that was from the CONCACAF site.
Mhm.
Yes, Tom. Or another option is to register a VPN, but if I do that, then it'll mash up all my smart home things and a whole heap of business. So
Yeah, you
I
have to be
know
careful,
there's
right?
ways around it. Yeah. Okay, there's ways around it. For now, it's cool. But so I saw the highlights, and I also caught what you guys were saying. One of the things for me, I think, because like people are raving over what England did against one of the Irish teams, which has never been one of the top teams in the world. But there's only so much you can change in one camp anyway, you know? The most thing you're going to do is get the players together. They're probably going to overperform or overachieve anyway because they're excited for somebody new, something different. But, I mean, the biggest thing for me, the players aside, when I was just watching the highlights, was the playing surface. And you know, I need to dock my cap to Mr. Porter, who I was talking to the other day. And just looking at that as the surface the national team are playing on, I ain't gonna lie. There's amateur teams over here that are playing on a better pitch than that. It's just to say that's the national stadium. I'm sorry, I might upset people. Don't come for me. You have to swim far. But it's a disgrace. It's absolutely disgrace. You can't play international football on that. It's a disgrace.
You mean our field that we played on last night?
Well, you can't call that film, man. That's
It
ridiculous.
is.
That's ridiculous.
Why is it
That's-
not an international field?
The standard of it is just poor, really poor.
I want you to tell me what aspect of it would have given us that low standard.
What aspect? Well, it's clearly not cared for. It's clearly not maintained. Do you know what I mean? There's more hatching there than on the Sahara Desert. It's disgusting. You can't play football on that. You know what I mean? At the very least, man just needs to get a rake and rake off the tough turf because you can't play football on that. I'm seeing a man pass a ball, it jump up, it bobble, it this or that. That's how man get injuries. That's how man get.
Let me ask you a problem. Let me ask you a question. The pitches in the UK that they use for Premier League.
Yes.
Are all those pitches natural pitches or are they artificial pitches?
Okay, so that depends on budget. So you can have a pitch that's completely grass. You can have a pitch that is a combination of grass and turf. And if you've got something like, say, the Tottenham Stadium, well, that pitch is actually in sections and gets pulled away and moved away and can go underneath and all this business. That's beyond state of the art. But a lot of the pitches
what
now...
made that pitch? Those pieces that you pull away,
yeah.
What is the material? Is it synthetic? Is it what is it?
So you've got a combination. That's what I'm saying. You've got a combination of grass and synthetic surface interlaid, and then you also have it's not just the pitch itself; it's the care and maintenance of the pitch. So the first thing that will happen after a game's done, ground staff will go on the rake it, give it a quick trim. You've got built-in watering and irrigation systems, underground heating, but then also solar systems that encourage the grass to grow quicker than grass would naturally grow. Because if you think about your typical all-seater stadiums, and one of the grounds that had this problem the first, if you go back and remember the World Cup in Italy, Italian 90, okay?
Paul,
Go on.
Remember, I think I say a part of we attack tonight.
Yeah, but Paul can't talk about us. You want
lessons.
If Paul,
listen, this man asked me to speak Pato right through so he can learn, bro.
If Paul try to talk Pato, I'm biting tongue. So I'm gonna try Paul.
All right,
I swear to God. So anyway, Italia 90. Good try to divert me, but me back anyway. Italia 90. They built the San Siro. AC Milan, Inter Milan share that ground. The problem was great stadium, but it was too tall. So the amount of natural sunlight that was coming in was an issue. So they had to come up with a way of being able to keep the grass growing and healthy and irrigated and stuff like that. So that's, again, one of the points where you saw some of the innovation in grass. There's also the type of grass seed. You know, people take it for granted that all grass is just grass. No, there's a whole heap of different types of grass seed. And some are more hard-wearing, some are thicker, some are thinner, and all those different things. So even with just natural grass, you can do different things. So again, speaking from the experience of somebody who's managed a football centre with artificial surfaces and grass surfaces that the centre had to maintain over a 5-acre plus site, I know what I'm saying, okay? So again, I've played for, with, managed, coached amateur teams, semi-professional teams, and the ground surface way better than what I saw on the highlights. So that has to be addressed, because remember, your home in football is your advantage, but it's only an advantage if it's good for you. That surface is good for nobody at the moment. Do you know what I mean? So you have to think about what you're offering the international players in that respect, you know? And no one's telling me there ain't enough money to put down some grass seed and get some groundsmen to work a little bit harder and just fix up. I'm sorry, that's just got to be done. But moving off that, because I've gone off on a tangent, I thought from the highlights that I saw the highlights of the game before versus Mexico, where the team looked disjointed. I couldn't even say it was playing in sections of the pitch, midfield, defence, attack. It didn't seem synchronous. The highlights that I saw, which only a 4-minute package, the clips I saw yesterday, the team looked better. Now, obviously, the elephant in the room is 21 chances, 7 of those on target, 0 goals. Well, that tells you we can't finish. So, man needs to practice striking the ball in front of goal. That's obvious. But in terms of the team looking more organised and solid, and like a professional international team, Miss Ali, makes noise, man. Boy. So, see you then.
You get in the car, man.
But he's not gone for more food.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, the team. I thought the team looked better. And on another day, they might have scored 3 or 4 goals. And then people are like, "Oh wow, the McLaren era, amazing." So it's the fine margins. You know yourself, Kevin. You've coached, you've played. It's those fine margins, and sometimes you can absolutely dominate a team, and you could have played them for 2 days, and it licked the post, licked the keeper, licked back a man head, backside, this side, and you're like, how are they? It's just sometimes it just doesn't work for you. Do you know what I mean? And then conversely, they'll go down the other end, and someone will just trickle over the line. You're thinking, is there any justice in the world? You know? So, again, I think, I don't know, if you gave it a rating, 6 out of 10 for that performance as a team, coaching staff overall, all that. But they didn't lose. And it's always said, if you can't win, don't lose.
But when you look into that, though, and the opponents that we played, do you think that's really another factor to look at based on our opponents?
What, the strikers and the finishing?
No, the entire team performance.
Okay. Well, again, you know, I've watched less of it. Yeah? I've watched less of it than Mr. Lee, because he said he watched first half. I heard him say. I've watched a 4-minute clip package. They're 4 minutes, not 5. 4. And the issue with that is, I didn't clip that package up, so that's how somebody's decided to clip it up. So what I've got to see is what somebody's decided. But from what I saw, those moments, those passages of play, attacking and defending, looked better than when I'd watched from the same supplier, CONCACAF, the highlights of the Mexico game. So the comparison for me was great. Now, okay, you might talk different teams, different levels. Mexico might be a better team, etc. But also, even when you're winning as a team, losing a team, you can see the organisation of a team. You can see the positional sense and play of a team, and even the composure somebody's having on the ball.
Yeah.
So for me, yesterday looked better. Again, an opposition that you should have beaten, but again, sometimes like they were doing yesterday, and I heard you talking earlier about wasting time and things like that. You know what I mean? Well, that's over here. I use the word some might find offensive, but they call that
You know this time,
SHIT. Go on. I
that's what
spoke
they
to.
call it?
Well, they call it SHIT housery, yeah, or the dark arts, right? Which is where you do those things which really aren't sporting, aren't gentlemanly, but they get you an advantage or maintain an advantage in the game. So yeah, if you're going to kick the ball out far. Why kick it out short when a man can go and get it quickly and restart the game? Absolutely, if your goalkeeper isn't really injured and you tell him from the start, every time you're taking a goal kick, take 10 minutes to do it. You know what I mean? Those are things that have been done in the game for years. I had this conversation with somebody over dinner a few months ago, and they were saying, "Oh, football's a gentleman's game." And I says, "No, it's not."
Oh,
I says, "It's not a gentleman's game."
surprise.
I says, "Listen, from the first time I played up front, coach said to me, right, I need you to learn how to cheat." I says, "What do you mean cheat? I'm not cheat." He goes, No. When you're playing up front, you have to curve your run, you have to bend your run along the line and then go. You know, so you look like you're onside, but you're kind of offside, really. I was like, all right. Then next thing you hear man say, oh, he's not tracking back. He's cheating. Yeah, because he's not doing his work coming back the other way. So the other thing is, as a referee, I know that there's things that players are doing on the blind side of my view that they're contacting a player that I can't see. I can't give what I can't see. Yeah? Dark arts.
Sure.
Those are the dark arts. Do you know what I
All
mean?
right, Pat, I want to hold a bit because listen, I have two things that I wanted to comment on.
Go
I'm
on
just
then.
going to two other schoolboy quotes, scores, and then I get back to you. One,
Mhm.
England FA. Whole heap of thing going on between England FA and the JFF.
Oh, it's,
I want to get you in trouble if you take on that topic tonight.
you're good, you know.
That one. No, it's serious, and I really
You,
want you to talk
you,
about
you know, I still live over here, so you know.
that. Can't touch your my youth.
I've still got to go to courses, you know.
We have your back. We have your back, man. No worries.
Hopefully, you get here as quick as the internet, yeah?
Yeah. All right. Let me say, Christiana would have beaten Troy High School 8 goals to 0. I think that's the biggest win of
Beat
match
who?
in the world. Troy High School.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody asked if Troy High School is a new school. No, man. Troy High School exists a long time ago, man. Long time. Troy High School. Yeah. All right. So, which other team played? Which other zone? Manchester High. The team that should have. There's a team should have played Manchester. I don't remember. Let me check. They never turned up for their game.
Already? First
Yeah,
game?
first game and then no turn up. It was Cross Keys. Never turn up at all for the game.
It's not a good sign, is it?
Yeah, good sign. I wonder what
Excuse?
punishment what they will use for that against them. And
Mm.
sanction will be laid out to them on Monday. Yes, early. The St. Thomas zone was played, or is it Scotland? Um, there's I think that zone, yeah, the St. Thomas zone. Yes. So Happy Grove, man, that's much team in this one. Seaford, Happy Grove, Paul Bogle, they all got wins today. Yes. Portland also, I think Port Antonio played St. Mary Tech. They win 3-0. So those are the all the games that were played today. So the full slates of game people coming up on Monday. Almost every zone will have matches on Monday coming out. So the Costa Cup full fledged. Manning Cup always also starts on Monday. My own team have match on Monday, Sir Lee. So a whole lot of games on Monday. Whole lot of games.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure people what the game will like. People, I'm in some dial, I don't know, because there's so many people calling out. I went to the Glenmore game today, everybody, I see a man call me, cameraman. What happened, boss? Nothing. Yeah, I said, cha. Nothing. I can't, not permitted to do any game or games yes, just yet. Yes, so I'm seeking permission to get the games done. As you know, people, there are certain games that I have done, certain schools that I have covered because of my association with. It's not like Sorry Crest go all over the country and cover games. Not at all. So fans look out. Hopefully good sense will prevail and we'll have some of the games that you will not be seeing on Sportsmans. Because they have the rights. And today they have brought 2 games. I've seen the third game that was played was brought by what's its name? I forget again. Sports TV. Some Sports TV. 365 Sports TV. They brought that one. So maybe they are a part of the rights or bought some rights to bring that. Yes, Paul. So we said that we played yesterday, in the stadium. As much as you complain and you try to disrespect the best field or the field that should have been the best field in the country. It's not. I'm sure about that. It should have been. It's
Okay, that's a better way of framing it.
Yeah,
that should be the best field in Jamaica. That should be the top standard, 100%.
But the chances we miss, I'm sure that the surface did not contribute to it.
Well, I'm still trying to understand how when you're in the 6-yard box
and you hit the smallest part of the goal, which is the post.
and did the ball even hit the post? I thought the chance went over the crossbar.
Oh man, Mikel Antonio hit the post from the 6-yard line as well.
Okay, that clip I can't remember because I think I was still so shell shocked.
I think it was in the first half.
Worried, But listen, that's my point. Finishing composure in those moments, that's clear. But you've got to think about, if you think of where some of the Jamaican players, if you look at their footballing journey, okay, Mikel Antonio, he may score 10 to 15 goals a season in the Premier League, which is not bad. That's good going. It's not easy to do that. But if you then multiply that up to international football, you then understand where the challenge lies in terms of why some players are rated as what you would call world class or international class. Because there's a difference, because it's being able to have that composure in those moments when you are under pressure, but still showing that quality. And that's all the difference was yesterday. Just, you only needed one moment of quality. The game's won 1-0. That's 3 points.
True.
Didn't need all 7, just 1. So you're then saying, if there's 21 opportunities on goal, that's good, because at least you're creating chances. As a coach, I'll be looking at that and thinking, okay, we're getting in the final third, we're doing something right. Secondly, we've got a 0 the other way, clean sheet. We're defending well enough. Some would then say, oh, but you were only playing against 10 men. Well, somebody's always going to come with something to counter what you say. That's just football. Whether they're right or not is another story. But the point is, that then gives the coach something to say, right, okay, we were tight, we were compact, the spaces between the players, the space between the lines were good, we showed some confidence on the ball. Finishing. We need to work on finishing. So, again, if you look at England over the last 10 or 15 years, they've tried to address every aspect that England kept failing at. Penalties. They couldn't take penalties for toffee. They couldn't get deep into tournaments. The mentality wasn't there. They've worked on that. So, again, every game you play, as a coach, okay, Mr. Lee, you see a game, you think, okay, right, next game, we need to do this. We didn't do that well. If anything, sometimes like pre-season, you love to win, but when you lose, it kind of teaches you more. Because when you're winning, you're kind of, oh, yeah, everything's great, it's perfect, you gloss over things. It's when you lose, you look and you analyse in more depth.
True. Let's look at the mistakes, learn from our mistakes.
Exactly. Correct. So
Paul,
for me,
continue.
So I was going to say, for me, I'd expect Coach McLaren and his staff to be focusing on how they operate in that final third. Defensively is not a problem. We know also the athleticism of the Jamaican players is never going to be an issue. They're athletes naturally. Look, Pompinic, Jesus, man, a giant. So, things like that, which you can't control because that's somebody how they're born, how they're raised. But somebody's quality in that moment in front of goal, that is why strikers get the big money and midfielders not so much. Unless you're special. That's the difference.
Well, from the first half, 0-0 first half, still loads of chances, and coming back for the second half, same old same. I think at one stage, the Jamaican team going forward was so predictable that the Cubans just zoned them and cut off all those attacking passes that is coming from back over wide to Gray. And the Mali Gray on our left side was overloaded with forward passes. And these forward passes, they were wide because Gray stood at the sideline, waited for so long. I believe, as a coach, you should have instructed the Mali Gray from time to time, get inside. Go, so they don't predict you. They don't know when you're going to go inside to receive. But if you receive all of those passes, and then you have 2 and 3 men to beat, all of that is so obvious. And I'm not think those issues were addressed by the coaching staff.
Well, there's something to add to that because, again, you've coached, so you can practice with your team, set them up, and they cross that white line, and it's like they've got amnesia. Everything you've told them, even 3 minutes ago in the dressing room, is gone. They're like, "What did you say? What did you Yeah." Okay. And if you add to that, take the player like Damari Gray, who's playing in Saudi Arabia at the moment. So he's not really, you could argue, on a week-to-week basis, being challenged at the highest level right now. So when you're not being pushed at the highest level, guess what happens? Complacency comes into your game. Yeah. So he might be playing in Saudi, doing what he was doing and getting success because the players he's playing against aren't of that level. Whereas if he was dropped back into a championship or Premier League team, he knows there's not a defender in the world where he's going to get away with that. One, because the defender's going to stand him up or show him decide he don't want to go down. And also the players are fit enough to run back and double or treble up. So he's got no options to get out either. So again, there's a couple of factors there because once you set your team up and they cross the line, a coach can shout and scream. For the most part, it has almost no impact. Almost no impact. You've got some players who will respond a little bit to what you're saying. But a lot of players, they're just in their zone. They're like, whatever. You're not on here. I'm doing it. Go on, sit down. You know what I mean? That's how the players think sometimes. So you then have to understand what's going to cause somebody to do the right thing in the right moments. And that's about repetition and that's about habits. And like I say, in one camp, you can't practice enough with players or train with players enough times to overcome some habits or bad habits, if you like, that might need eradicating. Because at the end of the day, football's won and lost in moments. The time it takes for a goal to be scored is 1 second. It takes 1 second for the ball to cross the line. It's not necessarily about the other 89 minutes and 59 seconds if you win 1-0. It's that 1 second. And that was the difference. For that 1 second, we get a ball to cross the line, we couldn't. But in that moment, in those single moments, can players have the brain, the composure? Can they look back in their mind in those milliseconds before they do something on the coaching they've had, the experience they've got, and make the right choices? And that's what separates good players from great players, is the fact that they make those right decisions more times than not, and they do them consistently. That's what separates good from great.
Okay. Good. Paul, from the clippings I've seen, can you, in any terms at all, differentiate or, should I say, accept? Could I say, have you seen anything that represents Coach McLaren during those clippings that you have seen, based on the coach that you know?
Well, I wouldn't say necessarily identifies him But what I did notice was the Jamaican players just seemed a little bit more composed and settled on the ball and receiving the ball. I watched the Mexico game, and it seemed like the ball was on fire. Ball's coming in, boot it out of play. I'm like, Jesus, is this international football I'm watching?
But Marco, Mexico is a different opposition.
Okay, but still, yeah, it doesn't mean that you can't be composed in what you're doing. I saw that different in the clips I saw. As I say, same supplier, so they weren't clipped up by somebody different. Even though it might have been somebody different in their media team, but the clips had a similar feel in terms of the way they covered the two games.
Yeah.
And the Cuba game, I'm looking and like players are receiving the ball again, even the body position more on a half turn, ready to open up, send the ball out, or send it back the other way. It looked a little bit different. I don't want to overhype or overpraise, and it's not to say that somebody's not done something good or has done something bad, but one of the first things you're going to have from any English or British coach playing and training players in the UK game is teams over here play quickly. Yeah. If you look at England's second goal against Ireland, it was 1 touch, 2 touch passing maximum. And even the finish was just 1 touch. There was no like control then finish. It was just 1 touch, and it was a pass into the corner of the net. People couldn't even move.
Yes.
And I saw elements of that where that's what Jamaica were trying to do. And that says to me that influence has come from Coach McLaren.
Okay.
It's then going to be about keeping that familiarity with the players when they come back together, because you've got to remember they'll go back to their respective clubs in different countries, in different leagues, with different playing styles, based on what those coaches are saying. I want you to do this or play like this. Yeah. So again, it's that difficulty when you get the players together. You're then saying to them, right, you've had this bombarded in your head for 40 weeks of a year or however long the season's running for you, but I want you to play like this. Do you know what I mean? So that's where the challenge comes, is getting players to be able to open up their mind to saying, I'm going to play as you want me to play, even though day in, day out, I play like this.
Okay. All right. So we have seen improvement, which is good. I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm going to do another show as it relates to the coaching staff of the Reggae Boyz. I'm getting some very interesting information as there's a new addition to the coaching staff. Yes. So
Okay.
I am yet to get the finer details. Like a verse. But as it is, people, I was told that there's a new assistant coach or another assistant coach in the Reggae Boyz setup. Remember some time ago we'd have said that the former goalkeeper coach from Manchester United, yes, one of Coach McLaren's right hand, he was the only assistant or additional McLaren would have stated that he would bring. But no, my little birdie is saying that there's another assistant coach.
You clearly know something. You clearly know something.
Hold on. You're saying it is Christopher, Frank Sinclair. You're saying it is Frank Sinclair. Well, as I said to you, based on what I heard, the newly assistant coach also is a former Reggae Boyz. But guess what?
Oh, here we go.
He's like Christopher have some information. Christopher,
here we go.
I don't know, Mr. Wright. Let me send you the link. Maybe you can come and share some of this information, so I don't have to do a show by itself on that one. Because if you have the facts, Paolo, you'll laugh so far.
I love how you just you're almost just like you're like a man serving a tennis ball. You just set them up, Poof, set them up. Poof.
Yeah. Oh, so it's here already. That's what I heard. That there's a new assistant coach, but maybe Sadi Crest is slow because I was very busy in the last week and a half.
Ditto.
So I've not seen it in the media. I've not heard it from the JFF. So maybe it was being said. Maybe he's have been introduced. I don't know. Oh, you're at work, boss. No problem. No respect. No problem. So you're saying
Well,
that Frank Sinclair is already in Jamaica. He's already in the coaching setup. How long ago was this coach advertised? Not advertised, but did this coach, Frank Sinclair, been introduced to the country? And that's what I just want to know. Or it is just introduced to the team. I don't know. Some strange reason. So I need to get some deeper information to report.
so why I said it's him or it's possibly him or not him? Why I said?
No, me here says a farmer reggae boy.
Oh,
A
yes,
farmer
you did.
here. No, I'm telling you. I'm just hearing it is Frank Sinclair.
Okay.
Did you know that Franklin here is a coach? You know that he was involved in coaching?
I'm sure I've seen him doing bits at Chelsea back in the day, bit like Eddie Newton. There's quite a few of them lads of that generation that did their badges, like Jody Morris as well. Whole heap of them. John Terry. You know, a lot of the guys. I mean, again, it's not spoken about, but when I've done my coach education and they go around the room, oh, who are you? Where you from? Whole heap of like pro players do their badges. Just
Okay.
a lot of them just don't use them.
Paul,
So you get, you know.
I am really tired. But remember, we have is it a 6 weeks plan? Remember that 6 weeks promise or plan by an invited
Yes.
guests?
Yes.
We're over 6 weeks now.
We're not actually, because I set the date in my calendar. It's next Tuesday, 6 weeks.
So I'm like to believe that next Tuesday,
I can't guarantee that, but I'll
which is
speak
the
to him, you know.
10th,
You're so
which is
bad.
the 10th.
You're so bad.
All right, boss. We'll talk some more about. I have to, because I have it right here on my calendar.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I'm telling you, so we're into the 6 week. I'm happy you have it there on your calendar. But
Yeah,
anyway,
man.
Paul, it's interesting to see that in recent time, our own Reggae Boy setup, coach and so on, had interest. Hutchinson.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Hutchinson?
Which one?
That played for England. England called up Hutchinson and Gibbs White.
Oh, sorry. Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, that's a whole nother debate. That's which you want to talk about, because
I'm not sure.
I mean,
we don't have to go in depth. But I've seen Gibbs White. He took the field today.
Yes, he did. He featured. Yes, he did.
Against Ireland.
That's correct. Yeah.
My word.
Yeah. I mean, listen. It's. What can you say? Like club football, international football is equally ruthless when it comes to getting players, recruiting players, blocking players, and, you know, the dark arts on the pitch. There's dark arts off the pitch, and that's happening. That's definitely happening. You know what I mean? So I think we talked about the rules surrounding that, and I believe it still stands as 3 full appearances or a 3-year gap since a full cap where you've played less than 3, and somebody can change nation if they can get agreement by all parties and there's a heritage that can be proven through documentation. But yeah, some moves are being made. There's no doubt about that. And let's not forget that Coach McLaren is an ex-England manager, you know, so he'll be well aware of some of those moves, because I'd imagine in his tenure as England manager, he would have instructed people, or there'd have been people working on his behalf, which would have made or created moves that means, say, that a person or a player can't come through to a certain federation at a certain time. And whether that be England, Scotland or Wales, as I said, the most famous one for England for me, for the duration that he played for Wales, controversial figure towards the end of his career, was Ryan Giggs. You know, all that period of time he played for Wales, the very thing that England missed was somebody naturally left-sided. And he played schoolboy football for England, but he decided to play for Wales. I think it was something to do with his parents. or his dad. I remember reading, but yeah. So it can have a generational effect on a team because if you lose a player of a certain quality, I mean, for example, today, two of the scorers could have played for Ireland. The two scorers could have played for Ireland.
Who's
Declan
that?
Rice, I think. Sorry,
Rice and who?
Grealish.
Oh, Grealish. Good one.
Yeah. I think Grealish played schoolboy football for Ireland or something. Something like that seems to ring a bell. But again, his celebrations, because they were like, "Oh, there's no apology from his celebrations," whereas Declan Rice was quite muted. No, Grealish ain't that guy.
So therefore, England has some,
History.
not just history, but some heritage players as well.
Yeah. Well,
Oh my
or
God.
you could say
Yes.
England has form. England has form at getting the players they want for them, even if they're not going to use them themselves. Let's say that.
And isn't that unethical?
It's where we are in modern sport, Kevin. It's where we are. You know what I mean?
Listen, I don't think I asked you the question at the right time. But what I'm saying, in recent time, Paul, we recognize that some of the players who Jamaica has shown an interest in,
Yeah,
England quickly swoop them in. As
correct.
soon as there's an international break,
Yeah,
they would have given them a cap. And what we have noticed after those caps, they
just
have
got
finished with them.
dropped. Yep.
But at no point in time I would have believed that Jamaica could compete with England. Why is that so?
Well, again, for me, it comes back to the simplicity of what the island of Jamaica provides. And nature gives us amazing athletes. And the one thing that football is now, more than it ever has been, it's about athletes. You look at the statistics for players, and if you're not athletic, you can't play football. You just can't. Not at that
True.
level now. Not at that level. You know, the era of the George Best, where you could go out and have 20 pints, smoke cigarettes, and do whatever, and not look after your body. You can try and do that, but you won't get to the very elite level. You might get a career lower end of the Championship, League One, League Two, but you won't reach your maximums. You won't reach your absolute limit and your top levels. And so now, teams, you look at the model that Brighton have. Brighton use a whole raft of data and metrics and player analysis, psychological profile, all sorts of things to decide whether they're going to bring a player into their club. And then they also look at how can they develop that player if they can, you know, to sell them on. That's their model. That's what keeps their business afloat. But at the same time, even though they're losing quality, can they maintain their position where they are as a team? And they do that with their players and their coaches. You know, Potter, De Zerbi, you know, all these guys coming in, going through. You look at the Brighton coach now, I think he's 31 years old. 31 or 32 years old.
Who's that?
The coach at Brighton. So again, they know that he's not going to be with them for the whole of his career.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can pull up his name. But at the same time, they know that by getting him in on a good contract for him, so it'll be an improvement in his terms.
Yes.
But when they sell him, they'll have a clause in there that Brighton Hove Albion, there we go. They'll have a clause in there that will mean that they're in a good position. They're in a really good position.
Oh,
So
okay.
let me just bring up, because his name escapes me, because I'd not really heard too much about this guy before he got involved. But what it does show is that football teams and the football industry is now not just thinking about the old guard. There was a period of time where something like Steve Bruce, he just took over, I think, like a League One team. But there was a period in time that if a Premier League team lost its coach, the Steve Bruces, the Tony Pulises of this world, it was just like a merry-go-round. The jobs just go between these guys. Whereas now they're bringing in fresh talent from not just Europe, but around the world. And let me bring it up there. Yeah, that's... Yeah. There we go. There, yeah, so that's what I can't remember. So the head coach is now a lad called Fabian Herzler. Yeah, he's 31 years old.
Okay, nice.
And came from the German club St. Pauli. Didn't even know there was a club called St. Pauli in Germany. That's how little I know about German football, I suppose. But 31, Chris. 31.
Okay.
Yeah?
Well, here, Christopher now is correcting what he said. It's not Frank Sinclair, but it's Trevor Sinclair.
Well,
You see,
ex-QPR.
That's the reason why I, said,
But Trevor Sinclair didn't play for Reggae Boyz.
I don't know. But I'm saying that's the information that I got. So I'm
Trevor
not too
Sinclair
sure.
played for England.
Right. So I'm just saying that little birdie told me that, it was a fact. So I don't know. I was wondering if it was one of our good friends, one of our soon-to-be panelists.
He's so bad. Anyway, that phone call will be made. Thank you. And I will get back to you. He's so bad. But yeah, as I say, the point being that there's different models in football now, and sometimes preempting what your opposition might do is all part of it. I mean, the detail that clubs are going to now, and that's the thing. If they're fearing the potential of Jamaica in 2, 4, 6 years' time, because, as I said, if you look at the development and the success that the athletic side of things has had in the last 10 to 15 years, almost unprecedented. We've always been there or thereabouts, Jamaica on track.
Okay.
But the last 10 or 15 years, there's been, over the sprints especially, almost domination, almost complete domination, especially through Usain's era. And so somebody clearly looked at it and thought, hang on, if they can make a Usain and a Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price and, and a few of the other ladies whose names escape me right now, there must be something. It's not by accident, because, you look at like the 4x1s, the 4x4s, the Michael Freighters of this world, the Johan Blakes. We were Asafa Powell's. We weren't just producing 1 or 2s. We're producing 5 or 6 world-class sprinters. So then you're like, okay, let's look at the kind of genetic makeup. And I think I mentioned it before, like Michael Johnson did a documentary about African and Caribbean descent athletes and stuff like that. So clearly McLaren's gone to FIFA, done his bits and thought, oh, actually, they've got the natural attributes to be modern-day footballers, which is athletes. Can we coach them, or can I coach them, in McLaren, not me, can I coach them well enough that that athletic prowess that they will have can be effective? And as I say, if you look at somebody like Brighton ain't got the best 11 players or squad in the Premier League. Every single season they finish higher than the sum of their parts, and they still make a profit. And so if that kind of mentality or philosophy can be brought to the JFF, then there's huge opportunity for Jamaica to do something. As I said, I was talking to my supporter the other day, and we said it's not even optional for Jamaica to get to the next World Cup. They have to do that, and they should do that. Yes. Okay? But in actual fact, what's more important is the rebuild of Jamaican football from now. The infrastructure in terms of football in the parishes, football in the districts, football in the schools, the facilities that are there, the coach education, because how can you expect to eventually make what will be international players if your coaches can't coach them? Because then what you've got is 20-year-olds who haven't got the foundation of information that when they're asked or told something by a coach who's got qualifications, they don't understand what they're being told. Because bearing in mind, over here, some kids are in an academy system from 7 years old. 7 years old. So at 17, they've had 10 years of footballing, coaching, education. I'm not even talking about on the pitch. I'm talking about sat in a classroom, being shown how to do this, how to do that, having things explained to them in a footballing sense. Do you understand? You can't then put a coach who's going to talk in certain ways about parts of the game into those players, because the players are like, what's he saying? What's that? And it won't be because of a language barrier. It'll be because literally they don't understand. And it's not their fault. It's because they haven't grown up with that information.
Yeah.
So that's where the next generation have to have that. And let's remember something: every professional footballer comes from grassroots football. They don't come from Mars. They don't come from Saturn. They come from grassroots football. So you fix your grassroots, and in a generation or so, you'll
But
have a team
you
that can
still have a
compete for a
few,
trophy.
you still have a few would have made it without the grassroots football.
Well, sometimes you can come through schools football, but it's rarer. If you track most players, they started playing grassroots football, or they've played some grassroots football. They've played on a Sunday morning or Saturday afternoon or whatever. There's not just this special hub that they come from, you know. But that should be the other thing that Jamaica aims to have, a bit like, I think it's called Clairefontaine in France, the academy they have in France. That when you get players to this kind of elite level between the ages of, say, 12 and 16, maybe even 10 and 16, that there's a place that they go, they have their education there, but after their education's done, it's football, 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 football. Back to education, football, 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 football.
All right, Paul, we're coming to the end of the show, but I wanted to ask you this one. If you were to, what advice would you give to the Reggae Boys, to Steve Mackay? You know, what are the things, how do you talk to these boys, and what advice would you give to them going into the next match, which is Tuesday in Honduras?
So, I'd keep it to three things: belief, confidence, and relax. That's it. Believe in yourselves, have confidence in what you're doing, and please just relax in front of goal. That's it. I wouldn't overcomplicate it. I wouldn't get too technical, because, again, you put a ball on the pitch, you put 22 people on there, the game will take care of itself. You know, the defenders know what defending is. They know what to do. The midfielders know what midfield play is, and the strikers know where to be. And the ball being played will take care of itself. It will go into the place where it needs to go. You could set them up as 3-5-2, 4-5-1-1, this 4-3, whatever. All that's irrelevant, because if there's a man near them, you need to mark them, and if he's left you with the ball, you need to chase him. So those are the basics. Do you know what I mean? So keep it simple is what I would say. Get the guys just to enjoy what they're doing, because I think sometimes you see players at all levels of the game play with so much stress and pressure, they're not enjoying what they're doing.
Sure.
I know, you know, I've had the best games in my life and been the most successful on the pitch. When I've stepped on that pitch, I'm relaxed, I'm happy, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I've got a smile on my face. Yeah?
Anyhow, I will say to you, sir, based on what we're seeing, I don't think we can do any worse than what we did on Friday. Honestly speaking, you know, I am sure that these players, and you know, the thing about it, there's a concern, Paul, in Jamaica, in some pockets of Jamaica, where it looks very bad that we have a team playing against Cuba at home, and we only have one local based player in that squad. With that, I will say our team, this Reggae Boys team, is highly professional.
Mm-hmm.
And all I'm asking is for them to exercise a level of professionalism and commitment to the cause.
Mm.
Because I've seen improvement, not just improvement in personal play, but you know, as a structure.
Yes.
And this Reggae Boys. It's gonna be tough in our US, no doubt.
Yeah.
We have not done well in those parts of the world. But we have beaten Honduras home and away. Not like we could win hard. But again, I hope the boys and the whoever around the JFF does not use the level of or use the status as it relates to ranking, and so to believe that we'll have an advantage.
I'll just say one thing, Kevin, because I know we're closing up the show. One of the things to consider as well, because of Coach McLaren's announcement, that's brought quite a bit of noise with it and a bit of attention, media attention. And one of those things is now, you know, Jamaica. People they're going to want to beat Jamaica as well. You know what I mean? Because there's noise around. Because it helps them as well. You know what I mean? So Cuba will go back to Cuba now. Oh, look what we did to Jamaica. We frustrated Jamaica. And they'll be wholly pressed about that, as there is. We're talking about it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So also there's that aspect as well. Like when a team say gets relegated from Premier League to Championship, everybody wants to beat them. I want to prove that I could have played in the Premier League against this team. They played Premier League. So there's going to be that aspect. You've got more heritage players in the team. I acknowledge that. But at the same time, the challenge is then to the Jamaican-born players, raise your game. Raise your game. Yeah?
Yes,
Because
most definitely. And to raise the game, we need that level of professionalism from our leaders to ensure they get the
okay,
opportunity and to
okay.
do that. Most definitely.
Now you talk sense.
Yeah, man. So far, let me just say, people, as you know, schoolboy football, as we mentioned, is on a run. I have some information, but this laptop just decided to give me AY. Freeze right now, not doing nothing at all. So everything that I plan and save on, it's just not coming up. But the fact is, we have seen Manning Cup defending champion, Mona, dispatch Waterford in the opening game at the Catchinall Stadium in Montego Bay, 7 goals to 0. Waterford did not put up any form of resistance against this Mona team, which is a well-drilled team, an experienced team, a team that won the competition only losing 2 of those players that they had from last year. So you know what? They must be the clear favourite for the Manning Cup. And so we are looking at this Monday will be the full slate of matches people coming out both in the Costa Cup and the Manning Cup. We have seen some very high scores, people. Glenmuir would have beaten Kempsey 5-0. Garvey Massey will beat Winston Jones 7 goals to 0. Christian Hyde would have beaten Troy by 8 goals to 0. We have seen Cornwall College dismantled Herbert Morrison by a 4 goal to 0. I think Cornwall came from behind as well. Cornwall College is coached by the former Reggae Boyz coach, Theodore Tapper Whitmore so far. So nothing less is expected. Manchester High should have played Crosskeys. Crosskeys never turn up. And Manchester is one of the favourites as well for this schoolboy competition in Dakar. People, it's a whole big ball game. And I've said before on a show, and I continue to say that this year's competition will be a coaches competition. The coaches are very, very competitive. Yes, the coaches are very unique. I say that to say, I have to burn a fire for one of my coach, Bridget Meran from Garvey Massey. He hid his team throughout the summer. Nobody could see them. So he have not gone out to play any practice matches. All the practice matches he played, based on information, was played at home, behind closed doors. Meran not showing up his card. But they also have a team that can challenge for the title. And I'm sure, Paul, as the time goes by, I'm sure I'm going to get you some links that you'll be able to watch our schoolboy football competition.
Can't wait. Can't wait to
So,
see it.
definitely.
Hopefully it'll be on good grass.
All right. The fields, as I said, they're not, maybe they're, the best fields that we have here.
Do you know what it is, Kev? Do you know what it is? Right. You know what it is? As a coach, I love football played on the floor. That's what I try and encourage. So the first thing to enable that to happen is a good playing surface. Now I know, even over here, not every pitch that a team that I work with is going to have is perfect.
Sure.
But we're talking about the national team, or we were. And what's not unreasonable is to hope for a really good standard for the districts. That way, you're starting with good habits. Because when a ball can travel where a player wants it to go, a player will do that more times. They'll pass the ball more times because they see it going where they want it to go. When it ain't happening, they'll kick it long because after a while they'll be like, man, the ball keep bubbling and thing, and So
Yes.
It's about creating that habit that when they get to 17, 18, 19, 20 and they're featuring for the national team, for them to do 5-yard passes, ping back, back forward, back forward, back forward, 1 touch, 2 touch, becomes just a given rather than something that's being coached in. But you've got to have the right environment. It has to start with environment. And that's not just about God-given weather. That's also about the surface you're kicking ball on,
Yeah, and I was surprising yesterday afternoon. The national center, they were watering the field before the game, even during the half time. different aspect of, and for the love of me, Paul, I think where they add the water to the field, I think it was too much. You
Mhm.
could have seen different, the saturation on the grass becomes
Mhm.
darker. That means that area, or those areas were really
Yeah.
soft. So I don't think they get it right in terms of how to use it, how to balance it to ensure that it was consistent throughout the pitch. And I think
Mhm.
that was also a problem.
There you go.
So I want to get it right. There are some persons in the chat who have said that. Remember, the National Stadium belongs to JFF. JFF rent it for use. But solely, if that is the case, people, I think we are wrong. I'm not saying that JFF should own it. If that can't be where JFF have
But
a
why
say
not?
in the National Stadium,
But
they
why
probably have
not,
to build
Kevin?
a stadium for themselves.
But why not, Kevin? Because that should be an ambition. Have a
Yes.
hub that is the national home that the JFF own. Because like Wembley Stadium have tournaments and concerts and other things there to raise income. You got to look at the whole picture.
But
And
Wembley,
JFF need to step from behind wherever they're hiding and start coming into the 2024, because otherwise they're going to have a generation of players that gets wasted because they're not going to have the facilities they need. They're not going to reach their potential. And
Paul,
that's the truth.
it is difficult because this national stadium, as it is national, it's for a whole lot of different sports, more so track and
Athletics as
field.
well,
Yes.
everything,
It's
everything there, son.
athletics. It used to be cycling, but cycling is out of it now.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So we have, and they use it for entertainment too.
Okay.
So, you look at when you have the national championships and so on,
Mm-hmm.
shot put is being used on the field, so you can imagine discus, javelin. So, it is a multifaceted stadium. It's not just a football stadium. So what it's saying, and Christopher Wright is saying, we need a national football stadium.
That's a problem.
And I
That's a
think
problem.
we have a perfect opportunity.
I can't ever imagine a time when shot put's happening on Wembley Stadium. I can't ever imagine a time. It's not
Yeah,
happening.
but that's the nature of it, Paul. That's what we have.
Yeah,
So
but Kevin,
yes.
listen, here's the thing, right? So Jamaica Football Federation, when they launched Coach McLaren in the background, and they also announced new sponsors with Ray and Nephew, Wata, Adidas, and others that I can forget to
Mm.
mention. My apologies. However, these are big companies. These are global companies. Two I've mentioned, anybody would recognise them. Ray and Nephew go around the world. Anybody knows about that rum. Adidas speaks for itself. So you're telling me that a structure can't be put in place where Jamaica think, hold on. We want the best for our national team players. Part of the best is having a good surface to play on. Now, that might not be grass. That might be a consideration where they think, you know what? We just put in the latest 4G turf, 4.5, 5G, whatever, that is lower maintenance. Yes, it's a big investment to install it correctly, but it plays in all conditions. Yeah? These are things you have to think about. You have to.
I'll suggest if we need a national football stadium, and there's a facility that is not being used, it's being
Mhm.
wasted down at the Chilani multi-purpose stadium. It's also a multi-purpose stadium, but it's not being used for anything.
Right.
So I think Jamaica
Should
Federation
switch
need to
there.
invest, yes,
Yeah.
in that for our thing, and let it be ourselves.
Yeah.
Ask the government to give it to you as a charity, as a gift,
That's it.
and then all
They
you need
could.
to do now is to, refurbish it
There you go.
and do the maintenance.
There you go.
I think that's the way we have to do it.
I think the football team needs somewhere that they can call their home, their footballing home. It's lovely that, yes, it's the national stadium, but when you're telling me javelin, shot put, discus happens on that grass, no, man, that can't go on. It can't go on. I'm sorry, it can't go on.
So we have to get our own because that's the nature of it. But Christopher is making a very good point. I think the government should approach the Chinese government about building one.
Or, like you say, we live in a
But
time of
I'm not
recycling.
greedy.
If there's something there, so use that in the meantime.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
it need refurbish.
Yeah,
But if government can hand that over to JFF,
yeah.
if they take that for your football stadium,
Mm-hmm.
then
That's
you
it.
can use it,
Yeah.
yes, to rent
Yeah.
it out
Mm-hmm.
to make money.
There you go.
But you're not going to rent it to track and field. Even if you rent it to track but not field, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I
that
do.
means the field will always be protected, and that's what
Yeah.
you need.
Yeah.
So I said people is power, and trust me, I'm gonna say it to the powers that be, and these are reasons that I believe JFF needs somebody with researching and analytic skills in their hierarchy to
Yeah, it's
look at the
true.
prospect of it.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's true.
and I'm not selling myself, but I think I have those things that I can offer to JFF.
Why you don't say yourself?
No, you probably have better persons out there and more
No, man,
experienced
don't
than
put yourself down.
But I'm just
Listen,
saying,
no, but
yeah,
Kevin,
yes,
truthfully, if you can see the problem, you can help solve it. And you are identifying things in all the conversations we've had. You are identifying things. You put them over in a very diplomatic way, and that's credit to you. I'm a little bit more tactless, but you are identifying things that are the issues as to why success overall isn't happening. And it
yes,
isn't just the problem is at the minute, it isn't just one thing. It's a multitude of things, and it needs a multitude of skills, knowledge, and experience to address, you know? And like yourself, as a principal, you have to oversee a lot of things, not just
yes.
one thing, to make the whole thing successful. And it's that kind of project management and oversight experience that is required. So don't put yourself down because
No, I'm not.
football is.
It's not saying that, Paul. I'm just saying having that facility or that personnel, not because I'm saying it, and I'm sure I've said it before on the show that I have
Mm,
something I can offer to JFF. Yes, because I've seen where this aspect of it is needed. Because the business of GFF is not growing.
no.
It's not, and that's my point.
But
So,
it won't grow while the product isn't reaching its potential and the product isn't delivering what it could do.
and
Yeah,
so,
because remember the Jamaican national team, while it represents the country, it's also entertainment. And as Christopher was saying just a minute ago, his concern might be the capacity of moving it to the place where you mentioned, Kevin. I noticed gaps in the crowd in the stand at the
yes,
National Stadium. So there's listen, if you say for example, I don't know the numbers. Let's say for argument's sake, the National Stadium holds 50,000, right?
mhm,
But you take it to this new place, it only holds 25,000. I can guarantee, yeah, as a product to look at, when you can see what is a full stadium of 25,000
yeah,
rather than a stadium that is half empty, which one of those looks better on the television? Bearing in mind that football is now mass entertainment, global entertainment. Yeah. So again, you've got to think of the product, and that's where the JFF have got to be they've got to come into 2024 and understand they've got a product that people want to follow. Look at Cool Runnings, the film. You know, people took that into their hearts around the world. The story of a Jamaican bobsleigh team that didn't even win a medal. You know, so people love Jamaica. People come from all around the world to Jamaica. You know, anytime I'm going on a website now trying to buy a little thing like this with the Adidas logo on, I can't get it. Out of stock. As soon as they launch, gone. Stock
big brand.
gone.
It is going.
Do you know what I
So,
mean?
so
So
Christopher is asking, what's the how much does it hold? The capacity. So the capacity is, I think, is 25,000 people. Our national stadium is 35.
it's only a drop of 10.
Right. So I am just saying, and I
Mm.
believe if you restructure the seating, you may very
We
well
could
get the
increase the
additional.
capacity. Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is what I am saying.
Mm.
As it is, we need to start somewhere. We need a football stadium. Yes.
True, sir.
So we have a space already that can use
Yeah.
marketing people. I believe we will not have for now 35 stadium persons in the national stadium.
No. So
Good.
you're losing nothing. You're losing nothing.
No.
Yeah.
And if it is that, because we're marketing, not everybody have to go to the national stadium.
Mm-hmm.
We have televisions, we have the internet.
Exactly.
So we just want to provide, yeah, the proper facilities for our players. And that is one way I believe. And as you're saying, Pessoa, government don't care about football. I think that's a wide statement, blanket, and I do understand where you're coming from.
Mm.
And if they don't care about football, if they want to get rid of football, give the JFF turn over to the JFF, the Chilani
That's it.
multi-state purpose.
Give them the lease and say, see
Yeah.
there, deal with it. Yeah.
Great. So at the Crest TV, fans are wagoners. You hear that only when JR win them support the team. so we can do well with the 25,000 capacity people then Pessoa. Hey, Pessoa, you know, so you see, Virgin, even the match last night, when the match starts up to probably about 30 minutes in, the stadium was partially empty. It's halftime, the stadium looks like, you know, people coming in. And I wonder why people want to miss one half a game. But anyway, people, trust me, this is where we say goodnight. And Paul, I tell you, I'm getting back and I'm going to get that name of the coach, as Christopher gave you a name already. So I'm just going to concretize that. And I respect that, Christopher, no problem. But I'm just going in to get that information. I heard it, I think it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
And because I never get a chance to do it mentioned. But I'm going to get that.
And I've got my homework to do. Yes, I know I've got a phone call to make. Yes, I'll make that phone call.
Please do, Paul, because it means if I have to make that phone call myself, I'll go through another route. Or 6 weeks is upon us. I mean, that's the saying that.
It's in my calendar, bro. I know when it is. I know when it is.
But why I have it in my calendar too? Yeah, man. So people, thank you very much. Enjoy the schoolboy football season as it comes. The JPL will start in also another few weeks. So we have a lot of football here in Jamaica, Paul. And I'm sure you want to see them. But definitely.
Yeah, man. Can't wait. Can't wait to see some of the schoolboy stuff, man.
We are a third world country. So you will never see we have football on the stadium, ever, especially under Lord of Mercy. We're not going there with it up, so we don't talk politics.
Sure done, man. Sure done.
So, man, from West. No, but the reality of it, the stadium is down there. I heard that major leagues, Chilani major leagues playing there. But there's much going on. So if it is, it's not being used, it's not being maintained. The government said it's too much to maintain. They said it. Yes, I've seen people going there and showing pictures that things needed to be done. Turn it over. Say, JFF, I'm giving you the stadium to make it a football stadium.
Yeah,
you
fix
set
it up. Yours.
And then whatever you want to do for income generating from that, you use.
It's up to you. See it there.
Argument done. A few months ago, we had a match. We should have a match at 7. It couldn't play at 7. Has to go earlier because the lights at the National Stadium was inadequate.
Well, sir. Come on, man.
The match had to push forward.
No, man.
All right.
No.
So this is what I'm saying. No. I don't want to be blaming the government per se. It should be the JFFT. And you know, you hear some little chatting and going, they never hear say light no good, no report never come in. You don't want that. JFF need to step. Even going up people. Me still concerned because JFF get a stadium and they're want an overall of their human capital or human resource because it need management to handle those things. You get what I'm saying? Because I know JFF is very tactical.
You'll need professional people in there. You'll need accountants, you'll need caterers, you'll need all across the board. Football's a global industry. And when I say global, I don't just mean global around the world. In terms of to offer a football product, you need a whole range. Like the ball round, you need a whole range of skills, attributes, jobs, roles, and things like that. Just on an economic point of view.
But,
if they do something, go on.
It's just, I think it was Thursday or Wednesday evening. I had a conversation with he's a teacher, he's an administrator too, in Barbados.
Yeah.
And he's actually one of those persons doing the A license, the Caribbean, coaching team.
Yeah.
No, they are certifying so many coaches in Barbados. But that excitement about football, it is not even there like how it is here in Jamaica.
Wow.
You don't have a lot of people chatting and complaining about football in Barbados like it has been done here. But they are putting things in place to grow this place.
There you go.
We
Foundation. Foundation.
Yes. So we need to do that. This is your last message this because we're done the show. When Captain Boyle around JFF, why he never built stadium, but was busy making bakeries. Listen, me tell you, say me and this politics thing now working, bro. But listen, first of all, give Captain the opportunity, give Captain the respect that the man deserves, bro.
Oh Lord.
Captain, regardless if build bakeries, you have no proof that those bakeries was built out of JFF money. If that's what you're implying, I hope it's not the case.
Oh,
The man is
son.
a businessman. He has his bakeries before he got into JFF. So the man must business. He must expect the man business to grow.
Travis, you're bad, you know. You're
Bad,
bad.
very bad, bad. So people, bear with me with Travis. It's not my intention. These information, or should I say, the suggestion is not necessarily the view of the study. So bear with Pessoa here. Give him a little help, the prayer. Tomorrow Sunday, we'll pray for him at church. All right, Pessoa, bless up yourself, man. Big up yourself, Christopher, right? All right. You hearing?
Was.
Stop being politically correct, Captain Burrell. If you go away a million times, the man gone already. He can't go no further. Which part is Captain Figure? And I'm not politically correct. All I'm saying, Pessoa, Captain Burrell,
Nice.
regardless of what you want to think about it, he has done so much for Jamaica football. That's all I'm saying. Bless up
There
yourself.
you go. Let's end the show on that. Let's end the show
Yeah,
on
man.
that, Kevin.
I can tell you. Trust me. Big up to yourself. Tom Stranger, bless up as well. Yeah, all the man them. What's this? Palazarate name. You can't call this name, you know. Can you pronounce that name for me, sir? I can't pronounce your name, boss. But
This one,
yes.
Palazadir.
All right. Let's take it there. I will follow you. That's it. Big up.
Palazadir. P. Call him P.
Palazadir.
Call her P. P.
Our puzzle is Dre. I don't know.
Yeah. There's a Dre in there.
It's
It
different,
ends on
yeah?
a Dre. It's Dre, innit? It's Dre.
All right. So sorry about that. I'm going to study this name. So anytime I call it again, you know exactly what you're saying. All right.
Palazzi
Bless up
Dre.
yourself.
I'll go with
Marvin.
Palazzi Dre. Yeah. P.
Big up yourself.
Yeah.
Jay,
Mm.
don't know you're still a man with information. Hey, see Jay Smith, this guy I live a foreign. And every information about football, he get it before me. Even in the organization where I'm a part of, this man get the information before me. Big up yourself.
Lord
Jay.
Jesus.
Naka, blessings, man. Thank you very much for joining as usual. Paula, one big up as well, you know, 'cause you don't know you give strength and power to the show. Mark, bless up yourself. Anyone of them, all of the fans are the press fans. Top 10. Yes. Top 10. I'm going to send you. I think I have a number. I'm going to send you the fixtures. All right, top 10. Or if not, send me a message so we can send it. Shane, bless up yourself, man. Your link till all comes strong this year. Bet upon that. All right. Bless up. So, Paul, respect again for another good show. And
Yeah,
we'll
man.
continue on that. All right.
Always a
Bless up
pleasure.
yourself. All right, pass.